Hi, Warriors. Of course, we know we have the Fed today. Then we have the meeting over trade with President Trump and President Xi. We have the BOJ coming up, and we have the ECB coming up. So there's a lot of central bank activity. So, it pays to tread lightly. Really, the big trade was on the short side of cable. I misdiagnosed the euro pound. It really exploded. So with this explosion in euro pound, euro's been holding up like a champ compared to the pound. The pound is at new lows right here. So, we have a breakdown. Maybe 132.50 gets hit on a rally, but definitely cable was the play. Also, want to cover what's going on in Aussie. It's up at this resistance level at 66.07 last. I'm going to be looking for spots to sell it. That was my target from a long time ago, 66. And if we get a continuation move in the dollar, I think eventually we can move back down towards under the 64 level and maybe the 62 level. Here's a look at the daily. So this could still just be a failing rally here in Aussie, and then we get something like this from here. So looking at potentially some shorts here in the Aussie. Yen, the double top looks to be developing, but that could all change with the BOJ being dovish, and we could get one more shot up towards 54. So I don't have a lot of conviction here with almost everything. The one thing I do have some conviction with is I said that we would get a gold rally to correct this recent decline. And I'm going to view this as a selling opportunity. Halfway back is going to be about 4,100 and 61.8 is going to be 42. So let's see if we get this rally because I don't believe this is a low. I do think we will take out this 3,800 level and head back down towards 36, 35.50. So this could be a selling opportunity. And look at where silver held, held right at this line that I had drawn before we even made a top because of how it held back here. So the market has a memory. The memory's to the left. It held. My view, this is also going to be a selling opportunity. I don't think this is the bottom in silver. Even though we're getting a bit of a pullback here in the gold silver ratio, I don't think this is the final move and that we're correcting this advance, which was correctly forecasted, traded, which made silver the preferred short. So I'm thinking we could get back down to 82, maybe 81 during this recovery in the metals. I do want to bring up nat gas because that's into the gap it left a week ago. Here we go. So just barely eating into the gap where this could be the time to be considering it. We have WTI up a bit. I'm still going to be waiting for some lower levels in WTI. All right, let's address the blow off. We're getting a blow off in the S&Ps. It's blown out divergences in on the 4-hour chart, as you could tell when the RSI pops up here. I can't chase it, but I could see 7,000. I thought this might be an exhaustion gap. It's almost looking like a breakaway gap. So the only negative that I could come up with so far is that the Russell, which should be leading, is lagging and not making new highs with the rest of the market. So, that is not the area you want to be in the Russell. So we could probably get a breakout over this level, but the Russell's the only one still holding the divergence, but we didn't make a new high. So still need to make a new high to have divergences there. And of course, I want to just cover one of the viewers said, Dale, you didn't cover Bitcoin last time. This still looks like a little ABC3 bear market rally, and I think you could be short against 116. I still think there's a shot for 100K in Bitcoin. and Ethereum was even weaker than it yesterday. It's stronger than it now, but Ethereum doesn't look good to me either. I think we're going to get a retest of the highs. And let's just take a quick look at some of the mags. So my theory was that NVIDIA took so many new contract highs for it to finally get to my sell zone. It just gapped right through it. It's a monster to the upside here. What do you do with this? Again, we have a parabolic advance, and this all happened in 3 days. So tremendous move in NVIDIA and even Broadcom finally making a new high up here. Um, One thing I did notice yesterday is the pretty lousy action in Uber, and we're getting it today. It gapped up and now it's failing. We almost got to 90 here. I still think Uber's a short. And then I wanted to cover Palantir is making new highs, but Palantir is diverging. See that? So there are a few cracks in the armor, but it's a blow off that you can't fight. The socks uh, absolutely ran above where I thought it was going to go to. We've blown out the 4 hour divergence here on the socks by being at 80, but not the daily. Okay, so the daily we're still diverging. It's the same case in the S&Ps. So be careful about chasing any of this stuff here. Maybe we get some type of pullback before um, new highs happen again. But I'm still, constructive the dollar. New positions would be Aussie. I'm actually going to put some out now and risk the highs are up here above 6707. So if we get 6707 from here, 3, that's going to take it back down to new lows, back to the 63 level. So that's what I see. You don't have to trade on days like this and weeks like this, where you have all this red news. You have the Fed, the presser, the trade deal between Xi and President Trump, and then the BOJ and ECB. So you don't have to initiate new positions. You could just be flat. Every once in a while, I run into a period where I don't have a lot of high conviction. I know it's uncomfortable, but you just have to sit with it, let things set up for you. And if you're out of the market for a few days or even a week or so, it's not the end of the world. The market will be here. Don't force anything, especially in what could be a pretty wild ride over the next several days into the end of the week. So I'll see you in the room. I'm going to put up the specifics on the Aussie trade here. And remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Everyone have a great day. And tomorrow I have an interview with an excellent guest for tomorrow. So you guys want to be there. This guy, Dean Christian, has been with us before, but he has data going back, 130 years. And he's worried about the financials, the banks. The banks, because of some credit issues, are your relative strength weakness. Let's just take a quick look at a couple of them. Here's XLF, see, down, not making new highs on XLF. See that? Bank of America is definitely diverging up here. So that would be the group. If you want to be a bear, it would be in the financials. So that's a wrap. Good luck to everyone.